As we age, it can be difficult to stop from slowing down. That's why the Big Day Fitness team has made it their mission to help you move better, get stronger, and live bigger. It's time for the Big Day Fitness Show, with all the tips to get you ready to say yes to anything life has to offer. Here are your hosts, Bobby and Maria.
All right, we're back with another episode of the Big Day Fitness Show. Today we have one of our members, Billy D, coming to join us. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great. I appreciate the opportunity to be talking with you guys. This is fun.
Yeah, it's fun because I'm sure that half of the people that are listening to this knows Billy D.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you.
Nobody knows my last name or how to spell it, so it's easier, Billy D.
It's taken a very long time for me to get comfortable calling you Billy D instead of just Bill.
So that story actually originated from my job years ago, where a woman could not say my last name, so she just started calling me Billy D, and that's been about 20 years now, and that's how it originated.
It's cool. Reference, he's a super known real estate agent in the South Shore, so everybody knows him by Billy D.
Billy D, it's easy.
And yeah, he's awesome.
So that's how it happened, where you told me that you go by Billy D, and part of me just I believed you, but part of me was like, nah, I'll call you Bill, because that's just
Billy D. The funny thing is, years ago, at my last office, they actually interviewed a realtor, and his last name was spelled D-E-E, and his first name was Bill. And I said to him, "So you can't hire this guy. There can't be two Billy Ds here," and they never hired the guy. So there's only one.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody we walk into that knows you, which is literally everybody, like, oh, Billy D, we love that guy.
Yeah, no last name. Doesn't exist.
So you've been coming to Big Day now for a year and a half, 2 years?
Just past 2 years on Memorial Day weekend.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That's gone by very fast.
Big milestone.
Super fast. I was looking the other day, I'm sneaking up on 200 workouts at your place, and, I'm psyched. I mean, I absolutely love it. And that all stemmed from you guys. I had seen an ad on social media last Memorial Day week, 2 years ago, Memorial Day weekend, and I was out of shape. I was feeling gross. And I remember looking at it, and I responded online, and within, half hour, Maria called me, got a text from you, and I was like, wow, this is fast. I'm like, this is aggressive. I guess if I signed up, I better have meant it that I wanted to do it. And 2 years later, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you started coming with your wife, Karen.
Yeah.
And you both started the same journey.
Same time. I outlasted her. That worked. But yeah, we wanted to do it together. She was actually complaining about, getting older, going through menopause, and weight was harder to lose. And I'm like, you have to move your body. You got to eat better. You have to move your body. Eating right is just one step, but the exercise is the next step, and you have to combine the two, the fitness and the nutrition.
Yeah, it definitely, starting one helps get the other one going, but they are their own separate journeys that you got to work on.
Correct, and it's great for spouses to do it because they're trying to get fit together.
Yeah.
They're bound to last longer. I know there's some members at your gym, and husband and wife both go, and they're both committed. We see them in there all the time, and it's good. It's healthy for the relationship. They can kind of laugh at each other while they're there, and know that they're both getting healthier, hopefully to live longer.
Yeah, and they motivate each other. If one day you wake up and you're like, I don't want to go, then you can
motivate the other one. You paid for it.
Yeah.
Get your butt out of bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you said at the beginning that you felt crappy and out of shape, how do you really feel back then?
Yeah. So, I didn't. I'm a guy in my early 50s. I did not work out in my 20s, 30s. Played recreational old man, softball. That's not really working out. It's just keeping you busy. And I finally get to a point, I'd seen a picture of me, and I had gained a lot of weight. And I'm like, all right, I have to focus on the nutrition. So I focused partially on the nutrition before I joined Big Day, because I wanted to lose a few pounds. My goal, and I've talked to you guys, was to lose 25 pounds and then gain 10 pounds of muscle on top of that. And it happened within maybe 8 or 9 months at your facility.
And that's a big shift.
It was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quick. So it's, I just, we get older, we work hard, you want to live longer. I think a lot of people don't get healthy in their 20s and 30s, or they think they're healthy, but they're kind of letting it get away from them. And they don't have a system where they go to a traditional gym And they don't really go in with a plan. They go in there and say, hey, I went to the gym today, but what did you actually accomplish? You walked into a gym, you might have got on a treadmill for 20 minutes, eating a free bagel at the counter, but that wasn't actually working out. You're not getting any better.
How did your mindset change from when you started to like that 9-month point where you hit the goals? Because I don't remember as much the mentality when you were at the very beginning, but I do remember when you started to really turn it on and you were like, I'm going to start eating more protein. And then you started doing extra stuff in addition to the workouts, or like at the end of the workouts, you'd push yourself harder. So what was it? Did you start easier and just like kind of wanted to get in the groove? And then once you got in the groove, you were good to go? Or was that the plan from the get-go?
No, when I started, I was just that out of shape.
Yeah.
I was just like, couldn't lift anything heavy, which was fine. My cardio was terrible. I couldn't do things that I could do 20 years ago easily, and it frustrated me. And I knew that, you're not going to get the body that you've always wanted in a week. So it had to be it's like compound interest. It happens over time. You have to continue to do it over time, and the longer you do it, the more the reward you're going to get at the end. So, and as it went through after, I think it was about 9 months, and I really saw the gains, because you don't really necessarily see the gains your first 1 to 3 months. You might have weeks where you lost a couple pounds, and you're like, okay, I can feel it in the waistline, but you don't really see a difference in your body. What I did notice is other people see a difference in your body, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Even my wife, she's like, hey, you're looking a lot bigger right now. And I'm like, awesome.
Don't say that backwards. Cause
yeah, bigger meaning by muscle.
It's funny
dudes,
that you
it's
can say
different.
that to boys and they are like so proud of themselves.
Yeah.
But if you say that to a girl, it's not the same.
No,
So,
to
yeah.
a woman, you just want to say you look fabulous. Like, that's
Yes.
the easiest. You can't get in trouble saying that.
I think that's something I always appreciated about you, is like you had very realistic expectations. You weren't coming in and saying, I want to throw on 20 pounds of muscle in 3 weeks. Like, it's a very hard thing to shatter for people when they want the quick goals, and you have to tell them that it takes longer, it takes more commitment. And from the very beginning, like you knew like it's going to take me a while, and I have to trust the process, which is, as a trainer, a big relief, because we don't have to try to manage those expectations. Right. And potentially hurt feelings.
When you skip the process, you get hurt.
Yeah,
is what I learned. I tried to advance a couple times. I'm like, okay, that this is a sore, that's sore, and you don't have to be sore. I mean, there's one thing about you working out really hard the next day. Something in your muscles is sore, and you're like, okay, that was a good workout. But if you tweak something because you overdid it, it's going to set you back. I made that mistake at the beginning. I'm like, all right, set me back a little bit. And you guys were great, because I came to you and said, hey, this hurts. And you're like, okay, we're not going to do anything. It was originally, I think it was my knee and then an elbow. And you guys like, okay, we're not doing any squats, lunges, anything to do with that knee anymore. We're just going to change up the workout, which you kept my head in the game by doing that, because if I just said, hey, I got an injury, I'll see you back in 5 weeks, that's the worst thing you could possibly do, because it's probably a 50-50 chance whether you come back in 5 weeks. Because now your mindset's changed. You're like, okay, you know what? I hurt myself. I don't want to do it. So you guys kept me in the game, whether you know it or not. I know you guys were like, hey, I said, hey, we're going to work through the injuries. And you'd say, no, we work around them. And you changed my mindset on that.
Yeah, that's big, because people come to us. I mean, we all know like how we see gyms, and we have the motto in our heads of no pain, no gains. And for us, it's right the opposite. It's gains with no pain. And if there's injury and pain, we don't have to work through pain. We just work around it to get the other areas stronger and give some relief to that area so it can heal. You did great.
Yeah, I had seen one of the members at your gym, and outside the gym he had torn, I don't know his name, outside the gym he had tore his Achilles, big surgery. He came in and he was still working out. But he was working around. Actually, I think he tore his knee, is what it was, outside the gym. And he was coming in, and the trainers were working around the injury. They're like, hey, don't do this, don't do this. And the guy was in fantastic shape. Like, he wanted to maintain it. Maybe his mind was at some point saying, I don't want to do this, but he understood that he had to do it. And good for him.
Yeah.
He didn't stop. Once you quit, you're in trouble. If you don't quit, you're fine.
Getting hurt is such an emotional thing. It's so easy to just think, like, throw the baby out with the bathwater type of deal where,
Right.
like, my knee's really screwed up. I'm not going to work out. But,
Right.
yeah, it makes such a big difference, not only in like how you feel day to day, but your recovery too. And like you had the elbow pain for a while, and like you came in and that was bothering you a lot outside the gym, and you just did your best to work around it, and like when your elbow healed up, you were still in the game and still good to go, and like that was legit.
That was a 6-month injury. It just lingered, and again, I didn't do it in the gym. I attempted a Spartan race, and I think I hurt it literally my last time training, and then just didn't give it any time to heal. And it hurt until it didn't hurt. And all of a sudden one day it was like, hey, I'm pain-free. I was grateful it went away.
Yeah.
It just became something in my head where I'm like, okay, I have to work with this. Just be really careful on what you do.
Yeah, and I remember those being like sometimes tough weeks because you kind of lose the motivation because there's many things that you cannot do and you really want to do more, and it just keeps scratching that need of doing more. But you just need to be patient, and then it happened what you said. One day you just woke up.
It can get super frustrating, but I'll tell you, the 2 trainers that you have in Norwell, those guys were, whether you said something between you two and, Rob and Sam, they were like, you're not allowed to do this. They were watching me. If they saw me do something, they were literally watching whether I touched the inside of my arm or not. And if I did, they'd come over and say, you're not going to do that anymore. We're going to do this instead. And I just went along with it. And they were right.
And that's something that many people look for. Like, we are with super busy lives, and we have kids, or you guys have kids, and a house, and a business, and a full-time job, and you have to make all these decisions and take care of everybody. And our goal at Big Day is you come here and we take care of you, and you don't have to decide anything. We just tell you exactly what to do, and we make decisions for you.
Right.
Like we did in that case. Yeah. You're not going to do this, and you're going to do that instead.
It's like being married.
And you can complain.
It's the same thing.
You can complain, but we're going to try to make it our way because we know that is the best
But
for
the thing is, you're the professional. I'm not. I'm just a guy that shows up saying, I'll do the work if you guys teach me how to do the work. And if you guys say do this and not that, then I have to listen to you because I don't have any certifications in health or nutrition. You guys have owned, Big Day now for 7 years, 6 years?
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
You guys have seen hundreds and hundreds of people through the door. Everybody has a different story, and you've helped so many people. So I have to believe that you guys know. I can do the work, but I have to lean on you guys for direction, which is great, and that's what separates you guys from a lot of other places. And I've been to a lot of other places, and I haven't seen a place like yours.
I remember you saying that a couple of times, that you have gone to every gym in the South Shore, and eventually you stopped going, and there's something about Big Day that you keep showing up, and you always says, and I'll keep showing up because I know you guys will come after me if I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the whole thing. You have to show up, and I had gone through. I had done like kickboxing in the past and other personal, fitness, trainers, done the big gyms, and nothing ever stuck more than maybe like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're now 25 or 26 months into where you guys are, obviously something stuck. And I had been going to those places for a long time and just really not getting any results whatsoever.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you thought was the reason you didn't stick around. So mainly it was the results you went, you just like didn't see a big difference?
So you didn't see the difference. This will sound, funny, but like the trainers, if it's not their company, sometimes what I saw was the trainers just don't care. And they were just there for the paycheck and not the reward of watching the people with their gains. So when they're there just for the paycheck, it doesn't feel like natural. It doesn't feel right. The difference with you guys is just it sticks. Like you're there, you're in there every day. That's probably why it stuck, was just the trainers. The routine is different. You guys have changed it up. It's constantly changing where every couple of days you see some different workouts, and if you go a couple times in a week and you see the same workout, I modify it. I just came to that. And I'll tell the boys, hey, I'm going to modify. I'm going to do this instead of that today because if you come, a bunch of times in a week, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, they'll help you mix it up and find your particular flavor of torture on that day.
Sometimes I venture away and you kind of stray off, and you guys need to like grab me by my shirt and bring me back in.
Were you consistent at the other places?
No.
'Cause-
So there was one place where we used to live that my wife was really consistent. I was pretty consistent. And then we moved. We moved 35 minutes away. And it wasn't enough to get me to drive back 35 minutes. Where it's like if I moved away 35 minutes from your gym right now, I would have enough to drive that 35 minutes each day to know that, what's there at the end is worth it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's hard. I mean, people
That's a big accomplishment.
people go to what's easy. They go to what's local, and the good ones will travel to the places that really, really work for them.
Yeah.
Compliment.
Yeah. We have a couple friends who are physical therapists, and I think it's a different business, but they have people driving from an hour away, and like that's always stuck with me. Just like, wow, people really love their service, they love them, and it's been cool to have having started a business and be able to have something like that as well, where people are driving from 30 plus minutes away.
Yeah, from Hingham, from Hull.
Seriously.
It's like people call us and they say, I live in Hull, but I've heard about you, and then they come consistently. And we have one member, Beth. She comes from the shipyard, and she has been with us for over 3 years.
Wow.
She brought her husband, and it's just the consistency, and she found her place. It's her community. It's
Yeah.
just people like her.
Who you work with matters. I mean, in all businesses, who you work with, and if it's that good, you'll go wherever you need to go for the reward of it.
Yeah.
It's worth it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, everybody's got their own style. And I know yours is like, you like to get in the gym and get to business, and you're not as much I forget, what do you call it? Coffee time or?
Yeah, I don't like a lot of just extra talk.
Yeah.
I'm there to work out. I'm friendly in the gym. I still talk to everybody, but I want to get in there and work out in that time and be like, okay, we have to do these 3 sets here, 3 sets there, 3 sets there. I don't want to miss one. I didn't come here to miss one.
Right.
And if I miss one, I'll go back at the end and do it.
It's funny how the accountability works too, though, because there's like different levels to it. There's the level of, hey, we're going to reach out to you if you're not showing up to your sessions. But you've specifically asked for a different level of accountability. You were like, if I come in and I start talking to you too much, you tell me to turn around and go start hitting my sets again. You don't don't let my brain.
I like to talk.
Get
I mean,
me
it's
like
what I
that.
do.
Yeah,
I'm naturally a salesman, so I'm supposed to talk to people. However, you go there, and that's why I like the back of the gym in Norwell.
Yeah.
A tuck in the corner. There's usually just a couple people back there. You get a whole circuit to yourself, which works for me. You can just kind of get in and do the dirty work and drop your gym tears on the floor.
Yeah.
All the sweat from that place.
Gym tears from happiness.
Definitely happiness. Yeah, it's from sweat. It's from a good workout. But yeah, I like to. I just like to get in, get after it, and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And
so I was just gonna ask, like, what have you noticed different in your day to day, getting into like a solid strength routine the past 2.5 years? So like, I know you've told me. I mean, I've noticed this, but you've told me that people have told you that your guns are looking bigger. The biceps are peeking up out of the t-shirt.
Shirt. Yeah. It's a good thing. Health-wise, shoulders, arms, legs. Woman in my office always laughed every time I wore shorts pre-going a big day, and she's like, "Oh, gym day," because I had super skinny legs. Maria, you can't look at my legs now. So
it's gonna be so hard.
Working on legs, big difference, because I think a lot of men tend to say, "Hey, I want to work on my arms, shoulders, and chest and back," and they forget that biggest muscle in your body is your legs. You have to work that. For me, it's definitely the arms, shoulders, and I'd say legs.
Yeah.
And if you feel good, I mean, you can't. If you look in the mirror, and everybody should look in the mirror and feel good about themselves, regardless of who they are, or what they do. But when you really start feeling good, saying I really look a lot better than I did at a point where I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, makes a difference. You want to keep that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel more confident. And I remember the other day we were the 3 of us talking, and you said something that I remember. You took your son with you to the gym, right?
Yeah.
And you went with your son to his gym.
Yeah.
And you put him through a big day fitness workout, and he couldn't keep up with you.
He couldn't do it. There's
How old is your son?
He's 17.
And you
calls
crush
me.
him.
He calls me an old man all the time, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, come to big day for. I would love to get him in for a full circuit with your trainers. And because I think at first he's like, oh, that's not really, old man workout. I'm like, all right. I'm like, come check it out. And we just did, and I didn't even push him that hard, but he was winded. He's like, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing at him like, old man's beating the 17-year-old now.
Hey, we train everybody like athletes. We just meet everybody where they're at, you know? So it's not like it doesn't apply to 17-year-olds, and you've been doing it for so long. Like it would be awesome if we could get all the kids to work out like that.
Well,
you ever see a video of the oh man, I think it was like the Kennedy era. They had this like fitness thing going on in the gyms in school gyms where they were all doing pull-ups. They were all doing like handstand walks and dips. If you go look on a YouTube video, it's black and white. There's just like hundreds of these kids in the gymnasium doing these crazy calisthenics, and they're all so fit.
Yeah.
And I don't think they hold the kids to the same standard. I know they don't hold the kids to the same standard
we used to
anymore.
have to climb that 50-foot rope to the top of the ceiling in gym class.
Yeah.
And then try not to fall. They had that 2-inch mat at the floor in case you dropped 48 feet. And I don't know many kids that can do that. I mean, there's athletes out there. I think any high schoolers say that are playing competitive sports, whether it's soccer, lacrosse, football, hockey. I mean, predominantly most of them are in really good shape, but they're going to a gym 3-4 days a week. They're actually paying attention to what they're eating. They're not eating fast food and sugar and junk, so they're putting healthiness, tons of protein, good carbs in their body, and they're seeing the reward. But I think a lot of other kids couldn't make it a week in your gym.
Yeah, and it's so awesome like that you can model that for your kid too, because even if like he's not right there at the moment, like it's gonna stick with him that he can't keep up with dad. Eventually that seed is gonna sprout.
When he turns 18, I want him to join your gym.
Yeah.
And we just have at it. I want to see what he's made of. I think that especially for kids like that who he's not in bad shape. I mean, he's not a big kid at all. But going into those late teen years and early 20s, like it's a perfect time to start training your body to be in great shape.
Yeah, you're on natural steroids at that point.
Right, seriously.
Yeah.
Have at it.
You're doing your body's work. You're helping it out a little bit.
You almost look at a weight at that age and you're going to get bigger and stronger. Might as well take advantage of it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
He's gonna have to keep up with you. Because you're doing all the right things now. You not only come to the gym super consistently, like it's crazy how consistent you have been for the past 2 years, but you're also really taking care of everything outside the gym. Like you are looking for like being super mindful about your diet and eating a lot of protein. We were talking the other day about the creatine. You were taking creatine to get brain gains.
I got my creatine from the gym this morning.
Oh, nice.
Rob's like, I heard you need this, so
Big day creatine.
I got it.
So what is the biggest difference that you have done in your day-to-day life? Because we know that you are a master barbecuer. You're a smoker.
Yep.
The king of the smoker. So has it been like a huge change for you to just try to keep that healthy lifestyle while still enjoying?
It's funny. I do like smoking on the grill, and you can still do it. I mean, anything in moderation. Day-to-day changes is getting to the gym, you feel better, and honestly, if you eat really well for a while and then eat something bad, your body's going to let you know that it does not like it really fast, and you're going to realize, one, it doesn't actually taste as good as it once tasted because you've eliminated that from your diet. So I mean, I've joked for years, at least the last 2 years, that I eat the best in my household. Like I look at between, my wife doesn't quite eat as good as I do, and my kid eats like a toddler. They just like sugar, fats, like nothing, nothing healthy, low protein, and protein, healthy carbs, ton of water, drink a gallon of water a day, which is a lot, but it works for me. So I'd say mostly like it's helped my mindset because I feel better when I. On occasion, you make that appointment for the gym, and for some reason, like last week, my car wouldn't start. You don't feel the same that day. Like you feel off. You feel a little ticked off about the day. You kind of have. Once you're in that routine, you almost feel like you're mad that you didn't go. You made that split decision in the morning. Hey, I'm not going to go. But then around like 10, 11 o'clock starts creeping in. Like, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. That habit. It's like the There's a great book called the Now Habit, which is just everything in life is about habits, and I'm just in such a habit now where it has to do it.
Well, you've even taken us out to eat a couple times, and I've noticed you've gotten salad, the strawberry
chicken salad,
strawberry chicken salad.
Cedar Cafe, it's
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
It's I don't know that I really need to know how many calories are in it, but you're getting your protein. It's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to make a bad choice, once a week or whatever. But I try not to make too many of them.
Yeah.
And you are a business owner. So like how all these lifestyle changes into a more healthy way has impacted you as a business owner?
Business owner, it's definitely impacted me because, again, with your diet, if you eat healthy, you have a clearer brain. Every day you don't have brain fog if you eat healthy stuff. I do not. I stopped eating out lunch every single day about 3 years ago when I realized the cost. I'm like, geez, what if I just invested that money and stopped wasting it on fatty foods, junk? I mean, food was great, but I bring my lunch, bring snacks every single day, and it's made my leadership with my company significantly greater. I manage 94 agents and 5 staff. It's a lot, plus run my own business on top of that. So I think as a leader, you have to set the example, and by eating healthy, showing up to the gym, coming in on time, good mindset, like that's how you're starting to be a leader.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, being stressed is the worst way to try to lead people, and when you're able to take care of yourself and lead with like that energy, whether it's like your business or your family, like that's gotta have a big ripple effect.
100% lead by example. You guys know as leaders like you, it's your job to lead the tribe behind you. It's not, you're not a boss, you're not pushing them. You're out ahead and they're following you. If you're doing it right, they're following you.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Bill, thank you so much for coming on today to talk to us
Yeah,
and
thank you guys for having
share
me.
your story. If you need to buy a house, you can find Bill at Keller Williams in Norwell. And if you need a gym, you can find us on the web at bigdayfit.com, on Instagram at bigday_fitness, or you can email us at hello@bigdayfit.com.
And we are in Norwell and Duxbury.
All right. See you
See you
next
next
week.
week.